Tomlin called BS.
Andrew Berry?
Yeah. All right. So he told Andrew Berry, Harvard, smart guy, GM, look, Andrew, ain't nobody trading they starting quarterback to the damn team in they same division in the same season unless something ain't right. Like, he called BS on that stuff for real. And I'm like, he made me think, I was like, yo, this is a real, we've been talking about Shedeur in a lot of ways, but this is the first time I'm thinking this was a whole plot and plan.
One of the league's best-kept secrets was just revealed by Mike Tomlin, and Shedeur Sanders is at the heart of it all. Not only did what he said shake Cleveland, but it also destroyed their entire quarterback strategy. This was not conjecture or rumors. Tomlin broke every unwritten norm that coaches typically uphold by going on live television and revealing real names. As soon as he spoke, the tension was clear. Not only was what he revealed about the Browns' handling of the Shedeur situation shocking, but it was also damaging. Andrew Berry believed he was concealing a brilliant scheme behind the curtain while playing chess. However, Tomlin tore open that curtain. This tale dates all the way back to draft night. The strange trading practices, the enigmatic bench choices, and the head coach's continued reluctance to enthusiastically mention Shedeur's name. When you put the pieces together, you begin to see a power play that is dirtier than anything Cleveland has done in a long time. Drama is not Tomlin's style. There is a big problem when he speaks in public, particularly when he violates the GM's and head coach's silence code. In NFL culture, calling out the general manager of another team by name is considered inappropriate. Simply put, coaches don't act that way unless there is actual corruption going on. And the entire facade fell apart when he mentioned Andrew Berry and the strange Joe Flacco transaction. On live television, Tomlin remarked, "Andrew Berry must be a genius." Plenty of sarcasm. He wasn't complimenting Berry, he was exposing him. Because in the middle of the season, who trades their starting quarterback for a desperate division rival? No one. It doesn't occur until there is a seething, deeper issue.
Berry must be a lot smarter than me or us, because it doesn't make sense to me to trade a quarterback that you think enough of to make your opening day starter to a division opponent that's hurting in that area. But that's just my personal feeling.
That wasn't sentimental. That was a seasoned head coach voicing what the entire league had been whispering. Shedeur is in the center of a dubious situation that is taking place in Cleveland. Tomlin even intensified his efforts.
I only got 2 instances, and it never happened during the season, where someone who started at quarterback got traded to their rival in the division.
Joe Flacco was never the subject of this. The actual conflict within the Browns organization was concealed by that deal, which served as a smokescreen. Cleveland is run by 3 people: Jimmy Haslam, the owner who gets involved in everything, Kevin Stefanski, the obstinate head coach, and Andrew Berry, the arrogant Harvard general manager. Shedeur Sanders, the one player they can't control and are afraid of, is trapped in the pandemonium as they disagree on nearly every significant issue. Stefanski has made it very evident that he is not interested in Shedeur. Observe his news conferences. When he talks about Dillon Gabriel, he shines. Long responses and in-depth analysis, but when Shedeur is brought up, the responses abruptly become contrived, brief, and excruciatingly unpleasant. Berry and Haslam, meanwhile, are all interested in Shedeur because of a $600 million stadium contract that required a celebrity to boost fan enthusiasm and merchandise sales. Without a doubt, the Browns panicked as soon as the stadium discussions became more heated. With the intention of grabbing Dillon Gabriel in the third, they passed on Shedeur early. But Berry and Haslam overruled Stefanski and forced the Shedeur decision when round 5 came along and the stadium argument heated up. Shedeur provided the city with the immediate attention it required. Let's move on to the season. Joe Flacco has a good start to the first week, but as soon as things start to go wrong, they send him to the Colts. Why? So roster management was not at issue. It was about getting rid of Stefanski's fallback. He was no longer able to hide behind the veteran safety net once Flacco left. It was Shedeur or Dillon, nothing more. Dillon isn't making his point either.
Attempts in that last game. Passing attempts.
Oh, yeah.
52. And if I could be wrong on this stat, but I think it might have been 3 passes that were like over 10 yards.
Right.
It was something.
He only had 211 yards or something, so you're right.
Right. So they're not even calling plays really to get that ball down. I feel like they're babying him and they're coddling him because that's his guy. And I feel like he's trying to do everything in his power to justify why he has Gabriel in front of Shedeur. She's like, I'm trying to make you look good.
Right.
Just,
you got to do it.
Just do something. Like, I'm going to make this game
like
as easy for you as possible. Because did you see yesterday, the clip, it came out yesterday with Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
So when he sacked Gabriel and then went to pointed at Stefanski and said, put Shedeur in.
That wasn't lighthearted. In doing so, the league acknowledged that the Browns are postponing the inevitable. Stefanski, however, is on borrowed time. While the squad loses games that may be won, Dillon is unable to continue generating mid-tier stat lines. There's an increase in pressure. Fans are aware of it, the media is aware of this, and the remaining plot will become clear in a few weeks. Now it is Shedeur's turn. The city feels he's the future if he wins 3 out of 5. 5, Cleveland goes into a frenzy unlike anything they've seen since LeBron came back. Shedeur's swagger, charisma, chains, and confidence are all criticized. However, he has remained composed throughout all of this dysfunction. No public annoyance, no grumbling, and no mayhem. Only seasoned veterans typically exhibit that level of maturity. His head coach refuses to even mention his name. A fan base yearning for authenticity and a locker room divided in half. Nevertheless, he remained composed, focused, and prepared despite all of the turmoil and noise. That isn't ego. That is a belief. Cleveland has been looking for a true franchise quarterback for decades. Rookies, veterans, resets, rebuilds, and experiments have all been tried. Nothing remained. At last, they have someone who might be unique. And additionally, they are concealing him beneath safe, terrified football rather than letting him loose. You must eventually stop shielding yourself from your concerns and beginning to place bets on your future. Because all of this turmoil will have been worthwhile if Shedeur is who he claims to be. However, Cleveland may miss another opportunity to be great if it continues to wait and hesitate. The door has already been pried open by Tomlin. With everyone in the league watching, it's still unclear if Shedeur's big moment will come or if the Browns will blow it. Everything was sealed in 2 seconds. Deion Sanders dropped the line that rocked the league first. I just know that he'll be performing this year. Not perhaps, not hope. That was a father with insider information. He was told the truth by someone in Cleveland. Jimmy Haslam then admitted, I went to bed thinking we only had Dillon. When I woke up, Barry informed me that another quarterback would be drafted. The proprietor was completely unaware. That is anarchy. In order to blame Andrew Barry if things blow up, Haslam is putting distance between them. This is how it works. Shedeur sees the field in 2 or 3 weeks. Dillon continues to share excellent stat lines. The Browns consistently lose close games. The pressure from fans becomes unbearable. Even Stefanski will eventually be unable to hide himself behind his system. He'll need to give in. And that's when we witness Shedeur Sanders' true nature. He lights it up, I'll wager. Not that he wins every game, but as soon as he takes the field, the crowd awakens, the offense breathes, and the energy changes. Everyone knows he's the guy by the end of the season. Could I be mistaken? Even though Cleveland might select another quarterback in the upcoming draft, at least they won't have to waste another season. The company is now afraid. Dillon fails out of fear. Fearful Shedeur achieves too much. Fearful that the spotlight will reveal everything. Shedeur but handled it expertly. No tantrums, no drama, and no leaks. He could have gone viral criticizing the team in today's NFL, but he chose not to. That's maturity. That's leadership. Everything changes when Shedeur eventually sprints onto that field and the stadium explodes. Hope comes back. Because he's more than just a quarterback, he's a movement waiting to happen. If the Browns allow pride or politics to prevent that, they'll regret it for years. Cleveland has experienced loss after heartbreak, seeing other teams spin in circles while they locate their guy. Now the spark is directly in front of them. Do they allow it to burn, or do they continue the same cycle? Put an end to hiding. Everything was revealed by Haslam's remarks, Deion's assurance, and Tomlin's error. The countdown has begun. In a few weeks, the NFL will find out if Shedeur Sanders is the real deal or just another chapter in Cleveland's heartbreak saga. It won't just be another game for this debut. It will make a statement. If Shedeur succeeds, the entire franchise shifts. If the front office falters once more, they'll be known as the team who held gold and let it slip away. It's no longer just football. Truth, control, and the franchise's future are all at stake. Cleveland is about to write its next chapter as the pressure and anxiety increase. And believe me, the NFL will be rocked by this one.